So now we're on part 4. So you can see zinc has been shown here in 2010, this is 10 years ago, that along with a zinc ionophore, which is a protein that allows the zinc to get intracellular, there is inhibition of the RNA-dependent RNA polymerase, which we said was instrumental in making viral proteins and allowing the virus to replicate. So years ago, it's already been shown that zinc has antiviral properties, likely similar to the mechanism of remdesivir. This being said, there are 34 studies looking at zinc, and none of them have been published as of yet, as of 10/14/2020. The NIH guidelines suggest, although it's thought-provoking, it's still insufficient data to recommend for or against in the terms of treatment. We're using it almost on every patient that's admitted. It does recommend against using it for prevention of COVID. There is a possibility of copper deficiency, even though I do recommend it to high riskers. Full disclosure, in the NIH update, they warn against the copper deficiency, which could have potentially irreversible neurologic manifestations. The regular elemental zinc daily allowance is 11 milligrams daily, and the pills are routinely about 30 to 50 milligrams of elemental zinc. Quercetin was billed as a promising treatment for the common cold back in 2014. It has several potential mechanisms of action. The most notable is that it is a zinc ionophore. It's initially back in February, they were studying what possible plant compounds could work, potential inhibitors of the COVID-19 main protease. And if you look here in the results, lopinavir was one, and quercetin. So quercetin was being used quite a bit. There is only 4 studies. I did reach out to the doctor in Turkey who told me that he's seen a positive benefit, although again, nothing is published as of now. Smoking, what's the story of smoking? Of course, you're not going to tell your patient, go smoke in order to prevent COVID, but there is data from epidemiologic studies showing that you're less likely potentially to develop COVID if you're a current smoker. Why that is it the nicotine, or is it because of the direct trauma, so to speak, to the oropharynx that might be inhibiting SARS replication? We don't know, but we looked at the community-acquired pneumonia data in 2019 compared to 2020. 2019, 10% of our hospital here at Mount Sinai were smokers, and this year with the COVID, early on in the first 4 or 5 months, it was only 4% of smokers. So smoking potentially is actually a protective factor. Of course, former smokers and people with COPD undeniably have risk factors for worse outcomes, perhaps, but that doesn't mean that current smoking is a risk factor. In fact, current smoking might be protective. We'll go over a few more prophylaxis in the next part. Thanks for listening. This is part 4.